you. Because
Alright.
we just start yapping and then we forget that sometimes we're actually meant to tell people we're ready for the match to happen.
Yeah, I didn't have the game tabbed in, so I didn't see the message at all.
No,
Alright, here we go. We are underway with Unnamed versus DOREMY. Fairies, matchup. If you're
a matchup
you've been around often.
Here.
Yeah. If you've been around ETM
I,
often, you'll recognise this matchup for sure.
And my only prediction here is it's going to be close, and I would not be surprised if we get a juice. Though saying that, DOREMY is right up at the top of their board. What a fantastic save there, right up at the top. And the good thing is this garbage is looking pretty clean, but those long bar pieces, sorry, I turned into classic for a second. Those eye pieces weren't coming quickly, and there was a misdrop there.
I mean, looking alright though. DOREMY's managed to fix up his roll quite nicely. Never mind.
Oh my goodness, the first commentator curse of the afternoon goes to you.
Amazing.
Now, I would totally DT cannon with this first bag, but at X rank, you do not DT cannon.
Yeah, it feels a bit too risky, especially when, you know, these players play as fast as they can.
Woo!
By the time you've built that...
You know what? Unnamed has literally come from Stride and is not come to play. My god.
Yeah, Unnamed's just kind of running away right from the start, getting a nice couple early wins in. Unfortunately, a few misshots from DOREMY.
Oh, and some all clears from DOREMY. Unnamed is looking a bit dangerous, but there's a really nice clear down stack there, which he has found.
Yeah, looking pretty good now. Just trying to see what you can find. A few misshots on his side, but it's all right. It's okay. Trying to make the best of it, but DOREMY is just really pounding on those attacks, just trying to keep that pressure on Unnamed and trying not to let him.
Oh, and that misdrop might just that slight misdrop there on that Z piece is such a shame. But DOREMY has managed to kind of break that momentum that Unnamed was starting to build. Unnamed wishing that he could turn off the Tetrio chat mid-game. That's a strong mood.
Apparently Mega and I sound similar.
Ooh. Ooh. Haha. I have the voice that no one else has.
True.
It might be because I'm female. Maybe. Just maybe. Compared to you two.
Oh, yeah, compared to, yeah.
Oh, but Unnamed comes straight back at it and slaps DOREMY back down.
Slaps.
Hey. I woke up and chose violence, okay?
Some interesting wording, but I love it.
This is what happens when I actually have a nap and I get out of bed. I'm animated AF. Right, let's see what happens here. Oh, look at that floaty boy on DOREMY's side.
Yeah, able to use DOREMY's T-Spawner to try and keep that back-to-back active. Having to break it to get down to the quads well, but looking alright, getting a fast 9-0 off.
And you can see that back-to-back is starting to build, but pretty high up on the board. And I learned a lot when commentating with Mystery yesterday about timings of releasing back-to-backs and how quite frequently the lower ranked players, it's a real skill they need to learn as to when it's worth holding it and when it's worth actually releasing it a bit earlier. And so it's really interesting to see how DOREMY uses his back-to-back surge.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can kind of get a gist of, like, you know, when DOREMY's going to send it, when he's not going to send it. So there'll be a little bit of, I assume, screen watching from the other side to see, you know, are they in a bad, is the opponent in a bad spot? Could I release it here and possibly get a kill? Or am I going to release it here and get it sent straight back to me immediately?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that I love most about it, and I know I say this every time we commentate, but you never know if you have new people listening, is the fact that this whole surge business doesn't automatically get you a kill, and you've really got to use it within your strategy to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes just a surge alone won't be enough, especially if you're against quite a good opponent. So I think sometimes you do want to try and follow up with just a little bit more as well.
Yes, and you want to make sure that, again, what I heard from Mystery last night, afternoon time, is that sometimes actually keeping your back-to-back going can put your board into a worse state. So actually it doesn't benefit you to continue it. Because you need that ability to downstack afterwards, then you need to make sure your board is in the right state when you release that surge.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause if you're at a bad spot, you're not going to get much out of it, and could potentially just die straight afterwards if you don't have a down stack. If you get some garbage back,
which is something we've seen. Oh, a slight eye misdrop there from Unnamed. Yeah, and that eye misdrop just means that it's a little bit too high up on the board, and we're evened up again. These two players evened up. God, you surprised me.
I think this is why Allspin's such a fun addition though, because it just gives players so many extra ways to keep that back to back without really sacrificing their board state at all.
Yes, and it means that learning the rotations of the TPs aren't really the only important ones anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, and DOREMY takes the lead for the first time in this match, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. It's getting really close between these two. Getting the SCSD spin. SCSD, that I've played.
I was just going to say that seemed a bit awkward for the TPs there from Unnamed, just needing to finish off that creation of the T-spin triple.
Yeah, I just realised I made up a new opener somehow.
Oh, wait, what did you call it?
I think I said SCSD spin. That's not a thing.
We need to make it a thing. That needs to be your opener, because you've made it when you have an opener named after you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I have one. It's the most useless TKI setup you can have.
Maybe not the most useless. There was the one the Tetris company came up with.
Okay, second most useless. Nothing can beat the wasted TKI.
Yeah, but both players are actually in a pretty good state.
They are. They're pretty even. Oh,
I would say DOREMY's got a lot more here on his board though. Got a lot more to work with. Able to try and build up that back-to-back a little bit more with the all-spin. Get an all-clear as well.
Ouch! But Unnamed is still staying alive. This survivability is absolutely fantastic. But not surprising for one of our top players.
DOREMY wasn't able to get that second PC, unfortunately, but still in a good spot. But Unnamed is definitely not letting up any pressure here at all.
Hang on, is this Unnamed using a 9-0?
No way. I mean, if it works, it works,
Yeah, basics are important.
Yeah, this is why they always say to practice your fundamentals first before everything else.
Absolutely.
Because you're gonna have to go back to them at some point.
Yep.
If your fundamentals aren't good, you're probably not gonna play good.
Wow, that's inspiring. I think that's one of the most
put that on a
ever
shirt
said in our friendship. Oh, DOREMY slightly higher up. Unnamed really needs to take advantage of this, and does.
Yeah, evening up the score, 5-all now. Again, what we're gonna say here, pretty close match. Kind of what we come to expect from these two. Because on any given day you could get a different result.
I don't like it when it's not close. It's boring to commentate. I love matches like this when it's back and forth and you have no idea how it's going to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. They always tend to be a lot more of the fun ones. Some can be like pretty predictable, and you go like, oh, this one's going to be like a sweep, and it's going to end up like I don't know, 1-11 or something. But then you get ones like this. Yeah, we get ones like this where it could literally go to juice.
It literally depends on the weather of the day. Who's going to win? And there was a really pretty fractal on Unnamed side. I'm realizing just how much I love fractals.
They're such a nice little setup, especially if you get the 2 Ts back to back.
Oh, yes.
You can really get a nice combo. It's a lovely 17 from DOREMY to take the point there. Playing 177 average. Very nice release from DOREMY too. Just very well timed for the situation Unnamed was in.
I think that's one of my favorite things about watching DOREMY's playstyle is I love how they use the surge mechanic.
Oh, yes.
As much as Unnamed does use it too, I feel like DOREMY may have a better grasp on that side of things within his play.
I think
I did that, didn't I? That was my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're 1-all right now on Commentator Curse.
You're on.
Making this a competition.
And a TKI from Unnamed.
It's always lovely to see the TKIs because they're just so versatile.
Yes. Well, that was an interesting setup from DOREMY there. Not quite having the build-up to have the T-spin double, but realising that he needed to start down-stacking to defend, and still managing to get quite a lot out of it.
Yeah, Unnamed's in a bit of an awkward situation, trying to... Oh, never mind. Every time I say that, I was like, oh, I was looking at Unnamed's board, and it's like, yeah, it's a bit mountainous. So I was like, how's Unnamed going to find something here? But somehow Unnamed manages to find like a nice couple T-spins. Doremy at the perfect point of that board to
Oh, yep, there we go. Nice fractal on Doremy's side. And as you said earlier, the two T pieces back to back. And look at that vision to find that T spin on the left-hand side of the board as well.
That was lovely. Not even needing to really use that surge either. Even up
A's
against
in the chat.
7 all. Even everyone in the chat's like, what the heck happened
We're
there?
just going, ah.
Yep.
Oh, so close to an all clear there, but really nice setup here.
Had a nice
I
start
do like a
of-
6-3. Oh, what a
Oh
third.
no, the
no!
T. Oh, that's so unfortunate to see on our name side. That
We hate to see it.
will it?
It
No,
doesn't matter
actually,
who. Oh.
Unnamed looks like they're surviving that somehow. Very nice survival there from Unnamed. I thought there's going to be a goner there.
Same. And again, I say this every time, but it's the one thing that links us together. No matter what grade you are, misdrops.
Yep.
Yep. Does not matter
Literally.
if you're a D grade, an X plus grade, they will plague us all. Oh, what a down stack there from Doremy. Some incredible survivability at the top of their board.
Say nice one there from Unnamed 2, which resulted in a 17 spike. Hasn't put too much pressure up on Doremy though, because Doremy's still playing well. At the top of his board now though, and not able to find anything to get down with, unfortunately. There's no down stack available.
But it does look like my prediction may come true.
Possibly of
Juice.
of a juice, yeah.
Oh, interesting setup there by Doremy. I don't think that was quite what they intended, but when you're at players of this caliber, misdrops can be fixed so quickly you barely notice they were a misdrop to start with.
Yeah, I mean, as you say, sometimes, you know, sometimes they're just advanced T-spin setups.
Yes, there are no misdrops, just T-spin setups you haven't spotted yet. And we are evened up again.
This is a very back and forth match from these two. 8-8 across the board. Look at that.
But so quick as well. Like, these rounds are so short.
Yeah. Like, I know in Tetra you do get some rounds that can drag on sometimes, like, you know, like go into the 2-3 minute mark. But a lot of these are they do tend to be pretty quick ones. But they're close quick ones, which is what I love.
Yes, it's so fast paced. Like, when we say that Tetrio is a fast Tetris game, this is what we mean.
Yeah, for sure.
You
Especially if
wouldn't
you've got
get
two,
this
like-
kind of play in Guideline.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Especially, like, even something like TC because of the slower handling.
But we know with TC you get the excitement of the zones, so everything has its
Sure.
own thing to draw.
Yeah, I feel like that's what's nice about all the games. You know, everything has, like, some sort of appeal to it. And it has their, you know, all their different communities.
Absolutely, and then they all come together for wonderful lands, like, you know, this one happening in Croatia that everyone should sign up to go to.
Yeah, I heard it might be in Zagreb or something.
Oh,
I'll have to
something
check later.
like that. Yeah, we'll have to let everyone know. There's some great Z and S spins happening from both of these players. That's definitely
Yeah,
something
this
I need
is
to work
also one
on
of the longer
myself.
matches of this set as well. It's interesting to see a little bit of a lengthier points between these two.
Yeah, I was about to say, that just as we were saying, the points are really quick. They decide to have this.
Yeah, and Doremy's getting some really nice finds there, just keeping that pressure up on Unnamed, just not really letting Unnamed get, you know, any kind of down stack off.
Absolutely not, and Doremy has taken the lead again, which has been switching between these two players throughout the entire match. But Unnamed's clearly not very happy about that and takes the next
Nope.
point straight back.
Just
And
that
we are at Juice, apparently.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are. I was right! Yay!
Juice alert, yep, here we are.
Correct prediction for the win.
I don't know why I always thought Juice happened at 10-10, but I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's why I was questioning it for a second. Then I was like, actually, no, 9-9 does make sense.
Because it is still technically a Juice, you just have to win by 2, don't you?
No, even Matt's confused. No, apparently it should start at 10-10.
Oh.
We are not at Juice.
Oh, no.
This is hold the Juice excitement for knowing these two players about 3 minutes.
I think in a way it technically can be considered Juice, because if you win by 2 at this point, you would still be at 11-9.
That's what my thought
I suppose.
was. But it's not actually the Juice point.
It's
You
just
don't
very
have the advantage
confusing.
yet. Yeah.
But
We just like confusing everyone.
I guess we'll see if this actually affects anything coming up soon.
But then I guess if you got to 10, it's still counted as advantage. So it's kind of like fake Juice. You know
juice
that it's juice from concentrate that you get in those cartons that's just a bit fake.
Yep.
Yeah.
26 from DOREMY, and still more pressure coming in now.
And so DOREMY now has, I guess, advantage, and is also match point.
Yeah, technically it would be the match point. Well, I mean, it is match point, yeah. And also technically advantage.
So, yeah, we'll take it. We'll accept it.
It's a weird way to put it, but I guess it works in concept.
Oh, an eyepiece misdrop there from Unnamed.
Well, this is a
to the top of their
quick
board.
one for DOREMY.
And there we go. That crushing eye misdrop just earlier on in the opener, which really affected how high Unnamed was having to stack to fix it.
Yeah, it's
But
unfortunate
we
for Unnamed there. Wasn't
end
much.
up seeing these players again later. So this isn't the last we will say of either of these players.